Okay, so we are going to start the webinar. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. See, it's an international webinar. Everyone is not on the same time zone, so it depends, good morning or good afternoon. I'm Lina Belmadi, the marketing manager at ATIScloud. I will be running today's webinar. In the first part of this webinar, I will present you our solution to easily manage your point clouds and our new features. In the second part of this video, of this webinar, Albion, our tech leader, will do a demonstration. And then finally, we will end by an exchange question. Just to be sure, is everyone listening to me? Can everyone hear me before I start? So yeah, everyone is hearing me. Perfect. So we are going to start right away. What is ATIScloud? So I'm just going to quickly introduce you where ATIScloud. So ATIScloud is now developed for 2 years by CITIS. The founder of our solution, Florent Fauconnet, is an expert in laser scanning. Through his year in the sector, he has been facing multiple obstacles when he was willing to exchange his point cloud. So from his 3D scan. The first problem that you might have, as you know, is that point clouds are heavy data, which make it difficult to store. So you can share this data via a hard drive or via classic cloud solution like Google Drive or Dropbox, etc. Then the second problem is that even if you were able to store your data, you still need to share them with your partner, colleague, client, anyone that is related to the project. In order to do so, you have to send the hard drive, which represents a waste of time and a risk that it can be lost or damaged during the transport. Obviously, you can share it thanks to the WeTransfer, Dropbox, and etc. But you will be limited on the file size, and most importantly, you won't be able to visualize them. And finally, the third problem is that even if you find a solution to store and share your data, your partner, colleague might still not be able to visualize and work on them. We also need a specific software installation in each workstation and have a valid license depending on the software. Moreover, it implies that you have a powerful computer to be able to open your point cloud project. ATIScloud wanted to find a solution for these three main problematics. And now, on ATIScloud, we can store, share, and work on your point clouds through a simple web browser, without having the need to install any kind of software. So for you to understand how ATIScloud is working, we're just going to take a look on our workflow. So ATIScloud is compatible with all the point cloud, whether it's from static scan, mobile scan, drone. We also are compatible with recap file and LAS, LAZ, E57 files. So how is it working? First, you scan your environment, like I say with any type of scan. Secondly, you assemble your point clouds. Then in the third part, once your point clouds are assembled, you can put them on ATIScloud and so visualize them, work on them, and share them. Also, you can import 2D or 3D model to your point clouds. Then, once you finish working on your point clouds, you can export them to your CAD software. ATIScloud generates recap files. So yeah, just to let you know, if you have any questions during my presentation, feel free to ask them on the chat. So ATIScloud can be used in a lot of cases. Here are our main customers. So we have manufacturers, architects, real estate asset manager, and surveyors. They all have different needs. Here are some. For example, the manufacturer, they use our platform to simulate their refurbishment work. The architect, they can use it to compare BIM model to the point cloud to detect any modelization error. The real estate asset manager, they can use it to document real estate property. If they have a lot of properties, really interesting for them, that make them win a lot of time. And surveyors, they can work with light and point cloud to speed up their modeling phase. So ATIScloud is a global solution. We are a secure global server. Your data are secured on ATIScloud. We follow one of the most advanced encryption protocols existing, the AES 256. Also, we often perform hacking tests to make our platform as secure as it can be. You have a lot of tools on ATIScloud to work on your point cloud. We automatically generate recap files. Also, we are available in 5 languages, and we can add another languages if you want to have another one. And we can export lighter cloud points. When you're working on a project, you can export a part of it. It's interesting, for example, for the modeling team to work on its behavior to do the modeling. So here are some of the tools that we offer. We offer numerous features. Here is a non-exhaustive list. These are the most used features. So we have the annotation and measurement, the grouping tool. You can manage the authorization, and we have 3D implementation, simulation, and so on. You can have a look on the slide. So ATIScloud is continuously working on new features to always satisfy our customer needs best. Here are some of our new features. So we have the auto image export. So now you have the ability to export auto image. You can export them directly from the viewer. It enables you to obtain a flat representation of your point clouds. And also now you can compare your point clouds with one or multiple BIM model. This tool helps you to see if the model that you have created is close to the real element and detect any modelization error. So what is coming next? You will soon be able to will soon integrate Boston Dynamics Spot with ATIScloud, and so you will be able to control give direction to the robot, and so you will be able to scan any environment from the platform. And also we have coming up the Revit integration with ATIScloud, so you will be able to integrate your point cloud directly on your Revit software. So now I'm going to let Albion, our tech leader, do the demonstration.
Thank you, Lina, for your presentation, and thank you everyone for being here today. I am Albion, the technical leader of ATIScloud, and I will be showing you some of the things that you can do with ATIScloud. Before starting, as Lina mentioned, please make sure to ask your questions via the chat. The technical team will be more than happy to answer to them. And of course, at the end of the demonstration, we have 10 minutes reserved to answer to all of your questions. So here I'm on ATIScloud and I'm connecting with an address email and a password. You do not need any installation or to have any plugin to use ATIScloud. You only need a web browser and an internet connection. So when you're connected, this is a dashboard of ATIScloud. On the right side here, we can see that we have a map with all of our projects, with the projects that have access on. And going to the window projects, you can see the list of your projects that you can open and work on that. Before opening any of the projects, at the bottom left side, you can change the language. ATIScloud is in 5 languages: English, French, Spanish, Italian, and German. So you can pick the language that best suits you. And the top left side, we have the dashboard, the window project that I'm correctly. And here I can create a project. I have profile. When I can manage my profile, I have the window company with the sub windows. Depending on your grade, you may or may not have access to some of these pages. I'll explain later in detail each one of them. And everyone has this window diagnosis where you can check if your system is compatible with ATIScloud. In this case, you need to have WebGL enabled in order to be able to use the viewer. So here you can see that I have a simple internet connection. So everything is okay to continue and work with ATIScloud. Now I'll go back and open a project. As Lina mentioned before, ATIScloud is compatible with all point clouds format, regardless the point cloud origin, whether if it's coming from a static scan, mobile scan, or by drone. Here I'm going to start with the mobile project. This was made with the biometric scanner. It is a mobile scan. We have a project of 6.61 gigabyte. This scan was captured during the event at Paris Beam World, which we were present to this event. This scan, while capturing the environment, it does 360 images, the blue bubbles that we are able to see here, and we were able to link them correctly, so you can have the bubbles integrated directly on ATIScloud. Let's go get inside in one of the bubbles. So here we have the image that is displayed first, and of course I can change the opacity and view only the point cloud. Having the image is great because you can better understand the environment around you. And here let's take an example. We can do simple measurements, and we have other tools. The tools are generally located on the left side. I have height, for example, here. Let me show you how it works. When you can calculate easily the height, area measurement, take only a point, the position of a point, diameter, and lots of other tools. And what's also important that you can change the measurement unit. Here we are using meters. You can switch at any time to feet, and likewise to switch back to meters. And of course, all of your measurements, when you go exit the bubble view, you can directly find these measurements. You can change their position, so it will automatically recalculate the distance. And if you need to delete any of these measurements, on the right side, that's where you find your point cloud and all the measurements, areas, or 3D models that were uploaded to this project. So here we have the floor surface. We can undisplay that one, or we can directly remove. And here we see that we have the latest version open. We can of course go to the original one, go back to the beginning. So this was the beginning, and comparing to the other one, we had a clipping box which was hiding the roof. So we'll do the same really fast. So that one is correctly positioned, and for the height we'll do it like that. And also we need to have all of the floor. So you have simple tools to use on ATIScloud which can really help you better understand and analyze your point cloud. More than geometries, we are compatible with BLK to go, Pegasus, and other mobile scanners. And now we won't be saving this version. We'll go back and change this project. Please, if you have any questions regarding the biometries or mobile scanners, make sure to ask your question, or also you can ask them at the end where we have 10 minutes only for the questions. So now I'll be showing you a project that was made with a static scanner. This project over there. This one was made with Leica RTC 360, and it is a structure scan. If you're uploading structure scan on ATIScloud, you'll be able to find the exact same structure. If you have images, you'll also be able to view the images. So here on the right side, when you can manage your point clouds and everything that's related about them, we can see the name of the point cloud, and here we can see the structure, the different stations, the bubbles, the blue bubbles that we see over there. If you double click on them, we'll be able to find the exact location for every one of them. And if we hover the mouse over the bubble, we'll be able to have the preview of that. And if we go inside that one, we display the image and of course the point cloud by changing the opacity. So in this case, we see that the image is not that good quality. This really depends by the quality of your image that you're uploading in. If you're uploading 5K image, you will keep the same quality, and you can find it here the same quality. So in this project, it was only a test, and the quality is decreased on purpose. And while you are in the bubble view, you can take any kind of measurement, as I showed it earlier. What you can do in ATIScloud also is that depending on the project, sometimes we don't need to access all of the data. Let's say that this project was 100 gigabytes, and we only need to do the modeling of this surface over there. We, instead of having the 100 gigabytes locally, we can extract the data, the wanted data, and directly work on that without having the need to have all of the other parts of the project. So let's say that this is the part that I want to work on. Let's be more precise over there. You have two possibilities to do that from ATIScloud. You have via the browser or via the server. Via the browser, the only format possible is LAS, and via the server you have more possibilities: LAS, E57, or recap file. I'll be showing you the fastest way via the browser, and here you pick the level of detail. I'll be choosing maximum, and this will make me, with this one I can stop at the number of points that I think it's enough. So I think now we have enough points. Finish that one. I'll open this one with Cloud Compare to show you how the export work and show you the result. So Cloud Compare is opening on my right side, and let me put this one here. Yes, so here we can see that I was able to extract in less than 1 minute, in less than 30 seconds, the data. And for example, if I need to do the modeling, I can do the modeling only on this one instead of having the whole project. So thanks to ATIScloud, you'll be able to export this kind of data very fast in the formats that you need to work on, if you need to recap or E57, for example. So this is an example for the static scan. Please, like I said earlier, if you have any question, keep asking them via the chat, and also at the end we have 10 minutes only for the questions. Now we'll be switching to a project that has a 3D model. Like Lina mentioned earlier, ATIScloud is compatible with 3D models also, like IFC, OBJ, STEP, and other formats. So this project was made with the scanner Faro. It is a structure scan, so we can find the structure and access every station. So here we can see the list of the station. We can double click on them and it will directly locate the exact location. For this project, we can see that we have different versions. We are opening the last one, the latest one, and we can see that we have a 3D model available. So let me hide first the point cloud and display the 3D model. So here we are seeing the 3D model. So the goal of this project was to modelize this particular room over there. So let me show you the point cloud. So here we're seeing the point cloud and the 3D model. Depending on how your point cloud was made or the 3D model, if your data is georeferenced when you upload your 3D model, you have the possibility to keep the origin, the original position. In the case that your data is not georeferenced, that means that you have to align manually the 3D model with the point cloud. So in this case, let us check the coordinates of our points. So we can see that these are default coordinates, so the project was not georeferenced. In this case, ATIScloud offers you different possibilities on how to align the data. So you can either go directly click the 3D model on the right side, and you have these lines over there where you can align the 3D model, or you can be more precise and give coordinates over there. So you give exact coordinates and the 3D model will go to those exact position. You can change the rotation, you can change the scale, for example, if it's not the exact scale that was used. So here, let us change the rotations, for example, of this 3D model, the scale over there. There are shortcuts with the keyboard, which you can use that are really helpful. So here I'm only changing the scale. And let us see what's inside this 3D model. Up. So now we'll be going inside and see how the 3D model looks like. On ATIScloud you have other parameters where you can change the field of view. So here, to have a better view, I'll change the field of view of this so I can better understand the environment over there. And I can do measurements on the point cloud or on the 3D model. So let us calculate the height of this one or the distance between this one. Oh, this is the height, sorry. So this is great. So I can show you how you can delete your height. So you select the measurement that you want and you can delete it. So let's go for distance again. I can give a name for this measurement and I can find it here if I want to hide it or not. So on ATIScloud, you can upload different point cloud formats and you can directly upload them to see and share with your colleagues. I'll be showing you another project that you can directly analyze your point cloud and 3D model. Well, this will be the next project that I'll be explaining. So depending on the purpose of the modeling, on ATIScloud we offer the possibility where you can directly analyze the point cloud with the 3D model or 3D models if there are several of them. So we'll be opening this project, Pertius, which has 103 gigabytes of data. And in this one we also have a 3D model, and we will be analyzing the model with the point cloud. So here the project is opened. Let us understand better the situation. We have the point cloud that is a structure scan. We double click on the position. We can see the position. So here we can see that is in intensity. If we go inside this bubble, we'll be able to see the view of this bubble. So here the point cloud is loading and we're seeing the 3D model also. On ATIScloud, if your point cloud has different attributes, you will be able to play with these attributes. You select the point cloud and here we can see the attributes. If I want to display only the intensity, or if the data is classified, I can use the classification, or let me see, elevation in this case. Yeah, so depending on your attributes, we do not lose them on ATIScloud. You'll be able to play and better analyze your data. So let me switch to intensity first, and some of the stations have the color, so I'll be switching to the color, this one. So the stations that are with color will be displayed with color and the others with intensity. And I'm going to hide the point cloud. Here we have the model that was made. Let us go inside a bubble to better understand the project. I'll be entering inside, and I'll change the field of view to better understand it. Great, and now we can go inside this one. If we had images, we would be able to see the image, the 3D model, and the point cloud. And now our goal is to analyze and see if this 3D model was correctly made. On your left side, you go to analyze compare 3D model. You pick the first option. You select your point cloud. You select your 3D model. Your depth of analysis will go for 2, so it will be faster, and we can begin the process. So it is going to consume some of your tokens. Now, while this is analyzing, depending on the size, it may or may not take some time. So here we can see it was really fast. And here I can see different parameters which change the percentage of the result. So depending these parameters, we can see that 30% of the point cloud is already modelized. So this is completely a normal result, because in red we're seeing that this was not modelized. To better understand it, I'm going to hide the 3D model, and I'm going to display only the result that was inside the tolerance. So here we can see that the floor, the walls, the roof was correctly modelized. And if I want to see, okay, what's left to modelize outside the tolerance, for example, we see that there are all these other parts that needs the modeling. For example, the tree that might not be very important, but this one will be really important. And let's show all of the point clouds. So here you're seeing the global display of the result. Also on ATIScloud, you'll be able to export ortho images. So let's say that I want to export this project over there, this particular part over there, to an ortho image. You click the second option, ortho image. You place the box of the result that you want to export. Let me say that I want this area. You choose the view, front, bottom, top, or back. So we go for only bottom. You can have different possibilities, meters or feet. We'll go for meters. You can change the effect. For example, if I want only the X-ray with the analysis, or if I want only the analysis, if I want to display the elevation or the color. So this one will go the analysis, for example, with X-ray. Begin export. We can change the name before exporting that. The same as analysis, it will consume some of the tokens, and the result will be available. It will directly download it. If I open it, we can see the ortho image that I selected. We can find the measurement, meters, feet, which are completely exact for other purposes of use, for example. And this image is also available for all the people that have access and the rights to download it. We go to the project settings, files, and here you can see other available files, the ortho images that I exported, so other people that have access on it can download it directly. And for this project, we can see that we had E57, that was a structured one, and we have a 3D model PLI available for this one. Now we could be asking the question how to manage these data and how to share these projects with our clients. So on ATIScloud, the user management is really easy. So depending on your permission on the company, you may or may not have access to these sub pages over there. First of all, you need to understand the statistics of your subscription. So here I can see my subscription what can I do with it, the number of users that I can invite on ATIScloud, the maximum storage that I can have. So for this month, we can see that I imported 21 gigabytes, I downloaded 13, I generated 2 recap files, and I could generate 10 recap files per month. As Lina mentioned, we are compatible with recap files, and of course, when you upload the file, you can directly generate when you upload the point cloud, you can directly generate a recap file. And we can see that I invited only 9 users. If you scroll down, you'll see the statistic of your users. You can select the period and see how many gigabytes they downloaded during the 7 days. So once you've understood, and you see that you have still 11, for example, in my case, I have still 11 users that I can invite. You can go to user management, and from here you can invite your colleagues or your clients with an email address. Once you invite with an email address, they will receive an invitation link. And if you scroll down, you can see the people that you've invited on ATIScloud, the day that you invited them, and the day that they accepted the invitation. Of course, if they no longer need access on your account, you can delete the invitation and you can invite someone else instead. That's really up to you and depending the duration of the project. Once you invite someone on ATIScloud, that doesn't mean that they have the rights to see all of your projects and load off all of your data. We have different permissions, global permissions: administrator, manager, project manager, and member. By default, when you invite someone, they have the grade member, which means that they can only access the project that you assign to them. And if you assign a project to them, that doesn't mean that they can do everything with the project. We have also specific permissions for the project. And to better understand the differences between these global permissions, you can directly look from the help center, which explains how this permission works. Now let's say that I invited some people and I want to share a project with someone and give only the right to download and view it. So we pick the project, we go to the project setting. From here we have two possibilities. We have the private sharing and the public sharing. First I'll explain the private sharing and then I'll explain the public share. So here we can see on the active side, we can see people that are invited on this one. Let's say that I'm going to invite Jean-Baptiste on this project. I'm going to validate it. So he will receive an invitation, an email telling him that he is assigned to a project. Doing it like this, he has only the right to open the project, do measurements, but he doesn't have the right to upload the data, to download the data, or to export the data. If I want to give him some specific permissions, I can assign him different roles. For example, project administrator, download source files, invite other members, export zone, or import other files. So as I said earlier, we want only to authorize him to view the project and download the source files. So I'm going to pick download source files and I'm going to activate this role for him. And by doing it like this, he will receive another mail telling him that he has now the rights to download the files. And with these rights, he can open the project and he can load everything that's available for this project. For example, the 3D models or the E57. In this case, we see that we have an E57 which is active. It doesn't have images and it is a structured scan. And we have different 3D models. And I did not mention earlier, but for 3D models, you can have point clouds. So this means that these are movable point clouds. You can simulate point clouds and 3D models on ATIScloud. So this is the first sharing possibility. The second one is doing a public share. So here I'm enabling it. I'm picking an expiration date. When you pick an expiration date, you will get a share link and you have to copy it. Or for example, you can regenerate a new one. And let me open a new one. Here I'm opening this link and it will directly open the project as it is. And sharing the project like this, people that have access to this link can do clipping box measurements, but they cannot download the data and they cannot export the data, and they cannot also import the data. So this is a really simple share when people need to do simple measurements or check different versions of the project. Also, when the link is generated, you have the integration code. So with this integration code, we have generated an iframe of this project, and you can integrate this one to any HTML page, and you'll be able to have the viewer with this project integrated on any domain on the internet. So you can simply just copy it and paste it on one of your websites, and you'll be able to have the viewer integrated on that page. All this information on how to share a project and how to invite members. There are articles that explain with videos how to do that. For example, for the projects here, how to add files. You have a video that explains how to do that, and also screenshots with every step that you need to know and all the important information on how to upload the files. You have different categories: viewer, membership management, project, business management. This is how to create articles, E57 file, profile, tools, and workflow. For example, in the workflows, we explain how to export data from Trimble RealWorks, how to export data from Faro Scene, Register 360, and so on. And the other sub pages that I did not explain are related to the subscription. This one only the admins of the account can access, and the same for the bills. Only the people that have the right permissions can access to the bills. What I did not explain, and you might be wondering, is the channel that we are seeing over there. For what does it stand? So this channel will help you work on a collaborative way with ATIScloud. Let's say that I'm opening a channel with the number 100. I'll just copy this and open another ATIScloud, and I'll open this project with the channel 100. And I'll be doing the same with this one. Let me separate these two. Perfect. Up. Let me change the side so it will work correctly. Perfect. So this, you can see I opened this project with the channel 100, and I'll be doing the same for the same project, and I'll open 100. Now I'm entering to the project. Let me zoom. We are already seeing a version. This is normal. I have to change up. I'll change it. Perfect. Now it's working. It is telling me to rotate the screen. This is useful for those that are using mobile phones. So now I'm connected to the same channel as this viewer over there. If I click over there, I can see that I have someone that is already connected to this project. I double click and I'm able to see the other person that is connected to the same channel. I'll just move in front of him over here, and from the other side I'll be able to see the other person also. So here, let me go there. Up. I'll stand here so I'll have a better view. And with this one, let's say that we're doing a 3D simulation, and I'll be moving the table over there. So let's say that the table needs to be placed here at this exact location. We can see that from the other viewer we are simultaneously moving an object, and of course the other person can do the same thing, and the object will be placed at the exact location from the other viewer. So thanks to this functionality, you can work simultaneously on a project with your members. Let me do measurement and see that the other people that are connected to this channel can do the same. I'm going to do an area measurement of this over there. Up. It is placed here. Well, up. Sorry, it was placed over there. So I'm just going to drag it down. better like this, and we're able to see that it automatically changed here. So with this functionality, you'll be able to work with different groups at the same time and see the evolution of your project. To go even more, I'm going to rotate this share and see that how this is going to be presented on the other side. I'm going to rotate it like this, and I can do the same from the other side. Rotate, put it back as it was, for example, and you can save this project. So when everyone validates the project, you can save it and you can publish with the others. So this is the same functionality as the VR, because on ATIScloud we can connect with VR and have a simultaneous meeting with all maximum 10 people at the same time. And for this one without VR, we can go up to 20 or even more people connected to the same project. I could really be spending the day on explaining you the different functionalities that we have on ATIScloud, but we don't have much time left. So I think I did really the most useful tools on ATIScloud. And as I mentioned earlier, we have the help center that can help you with anything. And also on the right side over there, you have the chat where you can directly be in contact with the technical team. We answer really fast, so please don't hesitate to use it. And now I will switch over to Lina, and we'll then answer the questions if there are any.
Thank you, Albion, for your demonstration. So if you have any question again, just please feel free to ask them on the chat. Our technical team will answer you in private if you want to. So to sum up, ATIScloud is an advanced multifunction platform that allows you to visualize, share, and work on your point cloud. ATIScloud is a secure platform. Our platform is flexible to your domain, so you can have an unlimited number of scans, storage, user, and also you can have a white paper. So with a totally customizable interface with the image of your brand, so your logo, your color, etc. So about our subscription offer. So we have 4 subscription offer. So we start with the premium one. It's good to try the platform. It's for one project only. You have an unlimited number of user and storage, but keep in mind that you don't have all the features that you can have on, for example, you don't have all the features that you have on advanced subscription. Then we have the standard subscription. You have 200 gigabytes of storage, import, and download per month, and it's minimum to user. And then we have the advanced subscription. It's a base deal. You have all the features that are available, and it's for minimum 5 users, and you have way more storage and import per month. And finally, we have the enterprise one. It's offered an entirely customizable as you wish with the white label. Like I said, it's totally customizable. For our advanced and standard subscription, you have a 7-day free trial. So if you want to test it out, you can totally do that. And then we are going to move on to some of the most frequently asked questions. So you can see on the screen what they are. So our data is secure, our platform is secure, like I said. We are for the 2D and 3D models, the former OBJ, FBX, RVT. If you have any more questions, just please feel free to ask them all. Our technical team will answer them.